Hi you guys, it's another video on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 following up to my unboxing of the Note 3 yesterday. I'm going to go through a few things that I've found really useful on the Note 3. In my mind, it is a vast improvement on the Note 2. The Note 2 by no means is a slow phablet type phone. It's really good, still a solid build, really good useful device. I can't really knock it in a lot of ways until you get hold of the Note 3 and you see the improvements that have been made. Lots of things on the Note 2 that were a bit of a bugbear, one being the gallery was quite slow opening, and it was quite faddy as well. There was lots of transitions in the gallery that didn't really need to be there. That's been sorted out. I'll go through quickly these in a minute. Another good feature that's been put on to the second Note, the Note 3 as opposed to the Note 2 I should say, is the file system as well. Most of you who've got a Note 2 will be downloading other file managers, ES File Manager or Solid Browser, two that spring to mind. But if we go into the standard file system on the Note 2, you can see that it's fairly basic. It's functional, you can move files around, it works okay, but certainly not as good as Solid Browser or ES Browser, so you know, you'd use an optional browser. But if we go to the Note 3 and we go over to, let's have a look, file storage, and you can see that I've got ES File Explorer and Solid Explorer like I use on all my devices, but in the browser they actually put on the device now, it's really well thought out. You can add extra folders, you can see everything that's on the device. You can see I've got 6.9 gig of storage that I've put onto the device, mainly on the SD card. And you can see there's images, there's other bits and bobs. But a good thing to note, if you look at the bottom of the screen, total storage that I have got on the device is 46.9 gigs. That's the standard 32 gig plus 16 gig memory card, and you can see there's a whopping 7 gig taken up by system and system memory before you add anything onto there. So you can see the yellow part that I put on. So I put about 7 gig on, the 7 gig taken up, and I've got free about 31.5 gig free on the device. Lots and lots of good features. Too many to list. There's obviously going to be lots and lots of videos out there. What I found really interesting is this is the 2.3 Qualcomm Snapdragon version. Very fast. I've not found it running out of RAM. I've really hammered it. I've left everything going. I'm trying to run the battery down to give it a cycle. A lot of good features that I've actually put onto this. There's actually a feature, if you go from the side of the screen in and out fairly quickly, you can reduce the screen so that you can use it with one hand and get to everywhere on the screen. Also, you can change this to different sizes. If you want it really small, you can have it small, and you can have it a bit bigger. So you can do whatever you want with that, and you can basically use it with one hand, and you can get around the screen. It functions perfectly normally as the screen. You've got your home key at the bottom, and you've got an actual window at the top you press to take it back to full screen. But this can be enabled on either side of the window. Simple in and out, disables it, in and out, on again, it comes on again. You can disable it from the top of the screen. Likewise on the other side, let's go back to that. On the other side you can do it left-handed as well if you're left-handed. A bit harder for me to do it that way. Let's see if we can get it enabled that side, and there we go, left-handed. So you can use it left-handed, you can use it right-handed, and you can make the screen as small as you want, as small as an iPhone or whatever type of phone you're used to using. All the functions work really well there. The lock screen is quite interesting. You can use the 4.3 widgets that are available for lock screen. You can customize that any way you want, or you can simply just have a basic lock screen with the different backgrounds that are sent over from the server, and as it rotates through different images, you get local images and you get worldwide views. Very nice sort of transition. I've kept mine fairly basic. As you can see, I've got one window full of applications in folders that I use most of the time. Basic weather widget on the screen, and basic calendar, Google Now pushing through, and a few music apps. But what I've noticed all in all, very fluid, very fast. One thing you will notice coming from the Note 2, it's not a problem if you're just using the Note 2, but if you're used to using the Note 2 with folders, when you click on a folder you'll find that as you click on the folder, bear with me, well, I was going to say it's quicker than the Note 2, but I've actually put a screen protector on this today, and that's the first time it's actually done that. And whether it's my fingers being, there we go, for some reason it wasn't recognising a touch there. Not normal, I've not had that at all today, it's quite unusual. But as you can see, the folders open very quick and close a lot quicker than the Note 2. The Note 2 tends to have a fair bit of lag, even if you take the options down in the settings to have no transitions or no speed effects through pages. It's a lot quicker on this device. I don't know why it stuttered then, it's quite strange to look into that. But it's the first time I've noticed any stutter, and it's the first time it's actually done that. Like I say, it's getting low on battery life at the moment. It has got a screen protector put on a few hours ago. Whether that's affecting the touch of it doesn't seem to be with the S Pen. The S Pen's working very good. The air view features are really good. One thing I don't like, and a lot of you will find when you first put it on, when you put all your applications on from the Google Play Market, you'll find that what you do, you tend to populate them all and then make folders how you want to move stuff around. So I've got a Google folder, and I tend to have everything in the Google folder. What Samsung have done out of the box with this one, they've created folders within the app drawer, and basically I'll need to go back to view type, and I'll need to put it on a customizable grid, because find them's an absolute nightmare. And what I found, they've made a few folders in the app drawer, and they've called one Galaxy Plus, one Samsung, which is self-explanatory, it's going to be Samsung apps, and they've got one at Galaxy Plus. Now, certain things I was looking for, Dropbox and Flipboard, I got it set to alphabetical, so I was looking through the file system, looking for D for Dropbox, and obviously F for Flipboard to put them in folders where I wanted them. Couldn't really see them, and I was flying past this, not really looking at it. And that happens in a few places. There's another one they've actually got with a few apps that I can't seem to find again at the moment, but there's another folder that they've put on here as well with like S Pen apps and different things that are totally really stupid, because they've got the Scrapbook, which is a Samsung app, and they've got S Note, which is a Samsung app, actually not in the Samsung folder. So when you come to make a folder on your screen, go back to the home screen, so I made a Samsung folder at the top, you end up having to drag other apps into that folder, or make an S Pen folder like I've done with apps going in there. So all in all, when you're looking for your apps, when you first get your Note 3, you'll find if you're going in alphabetical order through the drawer, certain things will be missing. The Internet Explorer, for some reason, the standard stock internet browser, that was in Samsung drawer, when it's actually, it has been customized by Samsung, but it's basically the ice cream sandwich browser they've stuck in here. One thing I want to quickly show you before I end this video, I'll make a few more and I'll do some quadrants. I have run quadrants on it, and it's really quick. It's pushing out about 24,000 on quadrants compared to 6,000 something on the Note 2. Rapid turn of speed on this thing, it's incredible. And using it is actually a complete joy. Once you get around the fact that you're not holding a Note 2, if you've got the Note 2 and the Note 3 side by side, obviously you get attached to the phone that you've had for a while, and you really enjoy using that. So it takes a bit of a transition, but it's very light, very thin. The leather back, a lot of people are saying on XDA developers that the leather back, especially the white one, is very plasticky. First impressions out of the box, it was plasticky, but now feeling it, especially compared to the Note 2, the back does really feel like, okay, a hard leather. You can't press it in, it's not soft, but it has got a really nice grippable feel to it, and it really is nice. I'll go back and quickly show you what I mean in Gallery. We'll go into Gallery, click the Gallery tab at the top, and it's doing the same thing again, which is strange. Maybe my fingers are a bit sweaty, I don't know, but it's very unusual. When you get into Gallery, let's get into albums. The default setting for Gallery when you go in, we'll go out again and I'll clear everything. I'll just clear all the backgrounded apps, and we'll do this properly. So I'll do it again, we'll go into Gallery. And once you go into Gallery, when you get in the main window, it loads more or less instantly. So you go out and you come back into Gallery. When you load it, it loads in, not like the old Gallery on the Note 2 that was really slow, notoriously slow to load in. It was a bit of a pain. This loads a lot better. It's far simpler. There's none of these fancy transitions at the top. You can go into Timeline, which is another feature that I quite like. When you go into Timeline, this takes a bit of a time to load. Now this is, in my mind, is very similar to the Note 2 in loading time, but when you go into Timeline, it actually puts everything in order and it gives them a date, similar to Google Plus Timeline. So it's very handy. But what they've done as default, they've set it to albums as default. Opens very quickly from the stop button. Obviously when it's working, I've had a couple of moments where the icons on the screen have not actually opened, which is quite strange. Just try that one more time. Yeah, weird. But all in all, it is a noteworthy, pardon the pun, upgrade from the Note 2 to the Note 3. Obviously, if price is an issue, it's a big price to pay for a smartphone, but there's a lot of features in here, and I think it's going to be pretty much future-proof. If you're like me, I tend to bump my phone every year, so what I do, I pay for the phones, and the old model, what I do, I either part exchange them or sell them and maybe get half the price back. This works out cheaper than a contract, and you're not tied into a 2-year contract. Every 12 months you can change your phone. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll get more videos out and more quadrant scores, etc. on this device in the near future. Thanks for watching.